spielen, wenn du magst. Oder? Ja. Okay. Ah, warte, wo?
Wo ist Spell Craft, ne?
Wo gehört der hin?
Ich habe dann die Beschreibung und mit
Okay.
aber das kannst du auch in der Stimme machen.
Ja.
Erklär mir noch kurz die Situation, oder? Erklär mir noch kurz die Situation, oder?
Yeah. Hi!
Hallöchen.
Finally! After almost an hour of technical difficulties, we're finally live. Yeah, is someone there? Give us a sign in the chat, maybe?
Short hooray, maybe. Yeah, we did it.
We did it, finally. Okay, who are we? My name is Yasmin.
My name is Moritz.
And with Mia, who is behind the camera, we are we organized this little project here, the Cookathon. It is supposed to be our action project. So basically, the project we did for the action leader training. We'll talk about that more later on, definitely. In the meantime, why are we even doing this?
What a good question, Jasmine.
Thank you.
So, as you already said, this is kind of the final exam of our little workshop we did together. And right now we want to tell you a little bit about Generation Earth, the organization that made this whole thing here possible. Yeah, Generation Earth is a youth network that is all about climate protection and active citizenship.
Basically, the Action Leader Training is a workshop that Generation Earth does for young people between the ages of, I think, 15 to 25 or something. And it teaches you to make projects yourself, to get active for the planet, to get active for your future, to drive change, basically. And this year's ability.
So technically this year is all about nutrition. And what would be better than talking about nutrition while doing the one thing we all love, cooking.
And eating.
And eating, of course.
A lot of eating. Yeah, so we are here in this beautiful kitchen. This is the Kulturhaus Brotfabrik in Vienna. And it is organized by the Caritas. And we have Jonathan back there. Joseph, I'm so sorry. Joseph, who can tell us a bit more about this. Come on.
So, I
Just
have
talking
a
to it.
gift. Thank you for the gift. So,
What is this here?
so this is we're a project from Caritas, a part of Caritas, and we're situated in the 10th district. So Buxbaumgasse, our address is Buxbaumgasse 1C. So we're focused on getting people together. So our project is called community cooking. So that means we cook together. It's a community. So from the neighborhood, yeah, we invite people to come over and we cook together.
Cool. So you eat together then too?
Who will eat the food? What we cook? Definitely we eat together. We eat together. We live together.
Cool.
Yeah. And do not forget, yeah, we clean together also.
Of course, of course. And also, I heard that you are you're engaged with also food and sustainability.
Yes, definitely. So it's not only getting people together, but also telling them to better themselves by eating better food, nourishment. So sustainability,
Yeah.
the right foods to eat, and also for the people to belong, the sense of belonging with one another. When one is comfortable with one another, then one takes the suggestions, yeah, freely or a little bit more comfortably.
So you're giving them something to eat, so they're more open.
Yes, but it's also the sense of belonging because the focus of the project is for the migrants.
Oh,
So
okay.
the area of the 10th district is mostly migrants, yeah. So we do not there's no bias with our project. It doesn't really matter whether you from which country or from what background you came from. Your religion doesn't really matter if you're old or if you're new or young, yeah? And it doesn't really matter. The political backgrounds also doesn't really matter. Just come over and we share one another recipes and we cook together.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, anything else you'd like to share?
Yeah, this is gratis, so it's free. You come over, so I'll say the address again, Poepsbaangasse 1C, yeah? Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday starting, again, we have to make a break also, okay? So starting September, we'll be having our regular Tuesday, offene kokrunde. So that's an open cooking course, cooking session, yeah? For everybody. Just come over and you can search us in the internet. Community Cooking Caritas.
Cool. Very cool. So this is the community kitchen, the Caritas community kitchen in the Broodfabrik in Vienna. Kulturhaus Broodfabrik,
Yeah.
Vienna. Cool.
Okay. 10th district, huh? Don't
10th
forget.
district.
Tuesdays.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah. 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
In the
Amazing.
evening.
In the evening?
Yeah.
Oh,
So after work, yeah?
yeah.
You
Cool.
can come over.
We can have dinner together.
Yes.
Cool.
Definitely. Bring your friends, bring your family along.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
That's so cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I wish you all success.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Okay. So I'll give you back.
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome. Yeah.
That's so exciting. So we will definitely post the link to the community kitchen in our comments. You can check it out. And I think it's so exciting. Like there must be such a cool opportunity to have exchange between different kind of kitchens all of the world.
Between different cultures and different types of culinary exchange.
Yeah, you
basically.
probably will never get such authentic experience as here.
It's a mix and match.
Yeah.
I think. Cool. And since we're behind schedule, like I think 40 minutes or something.
More like, yeah.
Okay,
It's fun.
okay. Let's start with our first guest.
Woo!
And I will give this microphone.
I hope you are clapping in the comments.
I hope I'm not. There you go.
All right. Hi, Simon.
Hi there.
Here you go.
Moritz.
So, Simon, just put it exactly right there. So, Simon is from KRUT, a Viennese company that is specialized in making kimchi and fermented food. And I think today you are going to make even kimchi for us, right?
That's correct.
Oh, great, so exciting.
Why kimchi?
Why kimchi? That's a good question, actually. So, if you would be asking me,
Yeah.
I love kimchi. I love fermented food.
That's exactly what I would have said.
Yeah.
Because we love kimchi.
Yeah, it's like quite a rare thing in Middle Europe, I think, because you don't get it that often. When I eat kimchi, then I would go to either people that make it themselves, or like I would only get it in the restaurant.
Yeah. That's true. Even though we call it sauerkraut, no? So there is also a recipe or a tradition in our culture to ferment vegetables. I mean, kimchi is maybe globally one of the most popular tradition to ferment vegetables.
Yeah.
But also we have a recipe, it's called sauerkraut. We don't use the Chinese cabbage, we use the white cabbage.
Weißkohl.
Weißkohl. Let's go and have a look.
All right. So,
All right.
Look,
So-
I have this for you.
Wow.
Yeah, all fancy.
So we will actually use the white cabbage, which is traditionally used in Austria or German-speaking area or in Europe to ferment, and to get also. So why did we ferment? Fermenting is a way to preserve food, to make it last longer.
Yeah.
So when we have a season and we have a lot of vegetables in one season, we can ferment it and preserve it and eat it, for example, in the winter. That's what they did in sauerkraut. So that's what brought us traditionally through the winter and gave us enough, for example, vitamin C supply and the different nutrition that vegetables have. And now we forgot about it because of the globalization of food.
Yeah.
So we started to pasteurize food, and that's how we preserve food. Pasteurization. So we kill everything.
Yeah.
We kill all the bacteria, and then it is preserved. But for me, it's kind of dead. The product is dead.
I see what you mean, yeah.
It's kind of it's representing how we treat nature in generally. We
Kill the stuff that we don't want and keep the stuff that we want.
that we want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, fermentation is something that's connecting me with nature.
Okay.
Because we work together with the bacteria that's already there. No? So this is the cabbage. There is bacteria here. We cut the vegetables. We prepare the vegetable in a way. We put it in a jar. We prepare the vegetable in a way that the bacteria that's here is expanding. So it's the lactobacillus, no? It's lactofermentation. The bacteria is growing and is pushing out other bacteria, unfriendly bacteria, maybe toxic bacteria, and so on.
Yeah.
And is generating a natural acidity, so that the vegetable is preserved.
Wow,
Through
that's
acidity.
so interesting. So you use the vegetable's own bacteria to make the fermentation happen. So actually, you're creating a living way of preserving this food.
It's alive. And it's the lactoacid bacteria, which is on the vegetable, it's on our hand, and it's on our digestive system. And they are also, of course, beneficial to our body and to our digestive system. And that's why it's not only connecting me to nature, but it's also connecting me to our ancestors and to myself in the end. Because why do we have all these bacteria inside our digestive system? They could be living somewhere else, but we have them in our digestive system because we, through thousands and hundreds of thousands, and in evolutionary theory it's proven that it's been a million of years that we have been doing exactly that. Originally, we were, we just say in German, Wiederkäuer. So like a cow, no? Just eating the whole time plants, and then the digestive system is processing those plants. No?
Yeah.
And you need those bacteria to process. No? That's why we have them in our digestive system. And the last few decades, we decided to just sterilize everything, pasteurize everything, kill all bacteria, and we don't get the diversity of bacteria anymore, no, that we used to.
So this actually has a bad impact on our own digestive system and therefore on our own health.
People who eat more fermented foods are more healthy.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Yeah, nice.
Why does Korea have so few corona cases?
Because they eat fermented food.
You got it.
Nice. Great. So this whole like Leidenschaft of yours, this whole passion of yours about fermentation was the thing that drove you into doing a fermentation startup, right?
Exactly. So the idea was to ferment excess vegetables. So vegetables that would be wasted otherwise or would not be used otherwise, and maybe land in the garbage, to use it and give it another chance, preserve it through fermentation,
Yeah.
and then sell it. And again, it's for me, fermentation has not only this functional aspect of yes, I can preserve it,
Yeah.
but it's also the symbolic aspect of it. I am not killing everything. We are working with nature to preserve it. And in this way, KRUT for me is also a political statement to say we should value the resources that we have and appreciate it and make the most out of it, instead of just overproducing and wasting all those resources. And in the end, because we talked about climate, global food production and distribution is causing 20% or more than 20%.
25 actually.
25% of the greenhouse gas emissions. And if we think about that, we throw half, or it's new studies show that in high income countries it's more than half. It's 60, 70, 80% that we waste in the
That's awful. This could be so reduced.
in the supply chain. That really hurts, because these are resources that we're just wasting.
Yeah. Okay, word.
Exactly.
So
Let's get started.
Yeah, actually, I'm quite excited now how fermentation is working. So let's go.
So we start by cutting. Do you have a knife?
I do, but I'm going to wash my hands.
All right. I did already.
Indeed, we only want the good bacteria, not the bad ones, right?
Exactly.
By the way, is there any way that fermentation can go wrong if you are not working clean enough?
There are many ways how fermentation could go wrong, but with the bacteria that...
So I just need to...
Sure.
Perfect.
So we cut it thinly, that's it.
So if the wrong bacteria gets into the fermentation process, there is the possibility that it will go wrong.
It's important to work clean, but actually the lactic acid bacteria that we need, we also have on our hand, and we also have it on the vegetable. So in the end, if we were to cook this vegetable, the fermentation wouldn't go as it would if we don't cook it. So
because the bacteria gets killed with high temperatures. So
exactly.
Like there are also fungi on certain vegetables.
Well, so fungi is a different thing. It's fungi is not something we want in fermentation.
So we are going to make the surroundings better for the bacteria that fungi has no option to grow.
No, and indeed, because of the lactic acid fermentation, many toxic bacteria, bad bacteria, doesn't grow, and also fungi it's more difficult for it to grow because of the natural acidity that develops in the course of fermentation.
Okay. Very
So, if you take, for example, vinegar, if you add vinegar to a vegetable, it's gonna preserve longer because it's acidity. Vinegar lasts forever. there is no expiry date on vinegar because it's so acid.
There's nothing that can live in there.
Exactly.
But as you said, there are certain bacteria that have a higher tolerance for acids, and the lactobacteria are one of them.
Exactly.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, so we put it in the bowl. Oh wait, 1 second. I forgot about something. So the first step of fermentation is
Washing your hands.
we did that already. Second step, no. One important ingredient of fermentation is salt.
Okay.
So salt does many things to the vegetable, and we need to add some salt. Great.
Where
This
did that come
is
from?
the salt from the supermarket. It's actually quite bad. We're not going to use that. We're going to use the salt I brought because this is it's idealized and there is chemical stuff, and our bacteria don't like chemicals. They like all the natural stuff. So we're not going to use that.
Okay, I'm repeating that in German. So we need unjodiertes Salz. This one is jodiert, not the one we need.
Exactly. So that's why we have this.
Is it sea salt, or where could you get the unjoded salt?
It's sea salt. There is also stone salt.
Stone salt, all right.
Yeah, also works. Stone salt is actually more pure because the sea now is unfortunately polluted with all kinds of chemicals and also microplastic and all of this. So, exactly. Now we put it in.
Quite a lot.
Ah, yeah.
So your recipe is for half kale.
It's half a kilo.
Half a kilogram.
Works. So this is 640 gram, and so the salt is very important. Too little salt, too much salt is changing the fermentation because then it's different bacteria coming. But
Alright.
if we add 2% of salt, we get, in this case, with this vegetable, we get the kind of fermentation, lactic acid fermentation that we want.
Okay.
So 640, I mean, I'm sure you can do it also by head. I got lazy through the days. So 2% is 12 gram of salt.
2%, it's not too little. If I'm thinking about it, it would be like 2 grams salt and 100 grams of kimchi. Sounds quite a lot.
It's the kind of salt, it will taste like a normal dish. If you eat something normal, it's between 1 to 2% of salt.
All right. Yeah. Should we get a bigger bowl?
We're gonna get it. We just finished the salt. If you have a little spoon, maybe?
Of course,
we
yeah.
could be more precise.
So I'm actually not that acquainted with the kitchen right now, which will definitely change in the course of the stream.
Well, we will try.
But maybe someone could show me.
Perfect.
Forks, knives. Maybe on your side.
No, I got it.
Oh,
That's fine.
perfect.
So it's 2% of salt. So from 640 of 656. All right.
So,
Yeah, can we have a bigger bowl? It's easier to steer.
to summarize again, so right now we're just using kale and salt, and some more ingredients are to come.
Exactly. So today the title of this dish is kimchi KRUT. Kimchi, because that's the way they do it in Korea or in East Asia, and they usually use the Chinese cabbage, the long one, and we use the white cabbage, which is the cabbage that is used traditionally for sauerkraut. So it's a dish where East meets West, where kimchi meets sauerkraut. It's kind of a European interpretation of kimchi.
Cool. Fusion kitchen.
So with KRUT, it's nice to kind of get the salt into the cell structure. So this is a caipirinha cocktail. I'm sure you guys have something better, but this is one way of doing. So basically, we're just getting the salt into the cabbage. Huh? You want to try a bit?
Yeah, sure.
And then I prepare the rest. Perfect. Great. So the kimchi is the ingredients of kimchi traditionally also chili. So that's what we have here.
Man.
I got the real Korean stuff because it just works better. There is this is a science, no? What kind of chili you want to use, but you don't get, unfortunately, this kind of chili in Austria. But of course, you can also use local chili. It's the one ingredient that's not local. Everything else we can have local. You can also play around and use, of course, other chili. Also, in my company, I use organic ingredients.
Okay.
So I don't use actually this one, but when it comes to taste, there is nothing like that.
All right. Is this actually very spicy?
This is so. The kimchi chili is not so spicy because all these ingredients are also important for the fermentation process. No? So chili, we're gonna use garlic and ginger. These are known to be antibacterial. We say antibacterial in German. They are
Antiseptic?
Well, they are keeping away bad bacteria.
All right.
Keeping away bad bacteria. But in this case, it's actually, they are keeping away the bad bacteria and they are promoting lactic acid fermentation.
Okay.
So they are helping the fermentation process, chili as well. That's why if you add more chili, the fermentation process is more stable.
Okay.
So we use a lot of chili, and if you were to use a very spicy chili, you're gonna kill yourself. So we use
myself or the bacteria?
Bacteria have no problem.
All right.
So you do the garlic. Maybe we get another one. I see.
Oh, this one's a little bit damaged. But to show to the camera, we have like 2 big cloths.
We use a bit of, like this is like for half a kilo, 1 kilo, depending on
Thank you.
how intense you want to have it, no? If you want to have it super intense, you can put more garlic. You can put, without garlic, it's going to work also. With this recipe, it's a moderate intensity.
Okay. Can I see the garlic? The ginger, really quick. So again, for half kale, we had 2 big cloves of garlic, and around this much of ginger. How much would it be, like half a thumb?
We're going to use half an onion, and we're going to use also an apple. The apple is important because bacteria, in the end, this is a fermentation process, so means fermentation always involves breaking up sugar.
Okay.
And
oh, it's food for the bacteria, so to say.
Yeah. I mean, there is a natural sugar in the vegetable already, but this is just helping fermentation also. And we know fermentation, for example, alcoholic fermentation. So when you drink a beer, sugar was converted into or fermented into alcohol. But here is not sugar into alcohol, it's sugar into
acid.
You got it.
Write your guess into the comments. What was it?
Perfect. So I got a bit late. You want to peel the
Sure thing.
the garlic?
Peel or already cut?
No, we are gonna peel it.
Okay.
We're just gonna peel it. And look, I mean, it depends how you can also just you can slice it very thinly as you like it. I like it as a paste so that it's really grinded well.
Okay.
And I got a bit lazy from cutting, so we are just gonna put it in a grinder.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I have the grinder.
There's one as well?
We can use.
Sure.
Well, we do it by hand, right? Today we don't have so much. Well, but still, it's a lot of work. We use a.
You get an electric grinder. Oh, I didn't know that such a thing exists. So. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So I think for the thing we're gonna do it here. But yeah, you can also do this with a hand grinder for sure.
Yeah. But where can we use the hand camera? Entschuldigung, technical personnel. Can we use the hand camera? Just have to wash my hands, they're garlicky. Nice. So, how is it working? Sure thing. Okay. Okay, as we can see, it turned to a fine paste.
Turn to a fine paste. Maybe we can have a glass bowl. Can we have a glass bowl? Just like a, yeah, that's perfect. Because then you can see also, perfect. So now this is what we grind it here. And now comes the chili.
I'm very excited how much you're using of this.
Actually, let's do the measure a bit. So we have 600 grams, no? And I already did 600 grams, so that's 1.2 kilo. For 1 kilo, we use about 50, I would use about 50 grams.
50 grams for 1 kilo. Okay, that's quite a lot.
Oh, wait a second. We use a bit less. We use 30.
Okay.
Okay. Use 30. So that's from 190 to 220. Okay. So, yeah. Exactly.
Wow, so much chili. Good thing you have the big pack. I could imagine even this would be a small pack. You could buy it at the supermarket. I'll be giving the camera back. Yes, please.
All right. So, in the end, again, we were talking a bit freestyle fermentation. What is really cool about fermentation, what I want to say also is, you can keep the raw quality of the food, no? So the kraut, if you are gonna eat it when it's fermented, it's still fresh. If you boil it, it's
soggy, yeah.
yeah.
So we still keep the texture and the whole crunch
Exactly.
of the kraut.
You also keep the nutrition. So now the kraut and the salt needs to rest for 1 hour. That's why we prepared already for the session some kraut.
So this kraut has already rested for 1 hour?
Yeah, approximately.
Okay. Let's put it aside.
We add about half of the paste, no? The other half we're going to use for that one a bit later. And we're going to mix it and then put it in the jar.
All right.
All right, so the jar we have here. Now, with the jars, we use this kind of jar today, and fermentation is anaerobic, so lactic acid bacteria doesn't need oxygen, they need lack of oxygen, so no oxygen. We put it in a jar. We're gonna, we know this also from sauerkraut, no? We put weight on it,
Yeah.
and then the liquid comes on top. And that's important because if there is bad bacteria, they can get on the vegetable. So you don't want that. You take it down so the liquid comes up. And now we're gonna see in the process.
One question to the glasses. So is it important for the kimchi to have this kind of glasses? Or could you also take normal twisting ones?
You can. So when the fermentation process happens, this glass is stable because there is this, no? So oxygen doesn't get in, but gases that are produced during the course of fermentation can go out.
Oh, okay.
If you have a normal glass, you close it. The lid is gonna shape upwards. You have to open maybe sometimes because otherwise, I mean, in theory, the glass could explode, but
We don't want that to happen.
Exactly.
Don't want my
So
whole
this is a
fridge
safe-
to smell like kimchi.
This is the safe kind of glass. Yeah, and so we have the paste, we have the kraut. We just rinse this a bit with water. We're gonna mix this, and we're gonna try it before we put it in the glass. And it's interesting to try to see how it tastes like raw, and then how it tastes like when it's fermented. No?
Okay.
So this is how it looks like now. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be quite spicy. I said it's quite moderate, but but even the garlic.
It has fire, yeah.
But also the garlic is quite intense raw, no? So we don't eat garlic raw.
Yeah.
But once it's fermented, same with cooked, no? It's nicer.
But actually, it's already really nice. Tastes like a salad.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we put it in. I'm gonna do it because it's quite messy.
Knock yourself out. Wow. So the bowl is already almost empty. The whole half cabbage fits into one of these glasses.
Amazing.
Awesome.
So now when you press it down, you see already the liquid is coming up. We didn't add any water, but this is all like liquid from the cabbage, more or less.
And we want the liquid to be...
You want the liquid to be up. Now, if you want to be really safe, you know, you actually need something to put weight on here.
Okay.
Through experience, I know what works and what doesn't work. And we said already that the ingredients we have, they promote lactic acid fermentation. So, and this is a safe glass, it's everything safe, you know, so the it's gonna be fine. There's not gonna be bad bacteria coming, no? But ideally you have something to put weight. What we will do is we put, for example, this is something you can do also, is you put this on top. There are different ways to avoid bad bacteria coming. And this, what I show now, is just one way.
Okay.
This is also quite a lot. But we use the cabbage and we put it here.
Oh, great. Can I use the hand camera again? So actually, Simon is just making a lid with one of the leaves of the leftover cabbage.
And
Amazing.
this is also helping to keep it down. You see, this is gonna stay down now.
Ah yeah, so you press the toothpick in
Yeah.
and everything staying nicely down.
So basically, there's gonna be gases coming. They're gonna push it upwards, and because of the leaf here and the wood, is gonna press it down. Exactly. That's making the fermentation more stable,
All right.
more safe.
Huh. I'm gonna be Captain Obvious, but this looks quite professional. Nice.
All right.
Can we switch again?
So in the end, I think it's really a great way to preserve food because we work with nature. We, in the end, eat bacteria that we have in our digestive system. It's healthy. It's beneficial for our body. We can keep the raw texture of the food. We can keep the nutrition of the vegetable. And because of the fermentation, there is also additional nutritions and enzymes and vitamins developing.
Okay.
We appreciate plants, no? Really value also the plants. There's many now meat substitutes, like looks like a steak for all the meat lovers who cannot let go. No? Time for meat.
I actually eat them a lot, yeah. They're good.
They're good because we're used to meat, you know, but if we really want to appreciate plants, this is one way where we can develop the aroma of a plant. And it's like with wine, no? If you eat a grape, sweet, nice, but if you make wine out of it, if you make good wine, you store it for 10 years, 20 years, the taste develops, aroma develops. And the same with a vegetable. If you ferment it, the aroma develops depending on time. And yeah, so we should all do more fermentation and yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm totally convinced. Yeah, it really sounds great. I think fermentation is also something that we did in our past. Like people in Middle Europe also used fermentation as a tool to make things durable over time. And I think a lot of this knowledge got lost over the time, which is very awful actually.
Exactly.
So,
but if we think about eating more regionally, no, making use of the harvest that we have, preserving it, instead of bringing, you know, all kinds of vegetables that don't grow now here, we ship them from Spain or even other continents. No, we can. There are ways to get through the seasons also by preserving it by fermentation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice. Thank you very much. So Simon, this was very interesting. We learned so much about fermentation. A good way to preserve food, to preserve knowledge. And yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you so much. So we're gonna unpack, we're gonna take everything back, all right?
Okay.
This is gonna stay here.
So
Just
for our
to-
viewers, we will have a 5 to 10 minute break while we are cleaning this whole place up. And see you in a bit. Next one to come will be Jasmine with ZIRP. Oh, get excited for some insects. All right, see you in a bit. By the way, where can you store this? Like, should you put it into the fridge or
yeah.
just dark?
Something we forgot. We forgot to say. It's still running. That's something we forgot to say. So this needs to ferment. Now, it depends how sour you want it. But I suggest, because it's a kimchi KRUT, I suggest to ferment it for 2 weeks, 10 days, and then it needs to be cool in the fridge. And I also suggest to let it rest in the fridge for another week. So actually, in 3 weeks, this should be done.
Great. And the first week, should it be in a dark place or anywhere?
Dark place, yeah, no sun.
Dark place.
Yeah, but dark, I mean, here is enough if there is no direct sunlight.
Oh, okay, all right. So no direct sunlight.
Exactly. And the quality of the kimchi, that's also an important point. Kimchi, compared to sauerkraut, it's sour, but there is a good balance between sweetness and sourness. So it's not just sour. Sauerkraut, in our tradition, is very sour.
It's very sour, yeah.
Exactly. So it's a good balance between sweet and sour. There should be still some crunch in the vegetable. The rawness, should be preserved. And there should also be a good balance between the liquid and the vegetable, because if there is also no good balance between the liquid, if there is too much liquid, there is a different fermentation doesn't go. You know, it becomes too sour and it doesn't work. So good balance between sweet and sourness. The raw texture should be there still. Those are the kind of qualities that we're looking for.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Perfect.
So I think in the time of the break, we just put our microphones down,
Yeah.
so people don't have to hear us cleaning up. Thank you.
And we're gonna do the second glass now. I think he's had enough time to rest.
Vorne beim Tisch machen.
Yeah.
Okay, so while everyone is cleaning this up, I could tell you about our giveaway. We have a little giveaway, actually. You can win this beautiful knife here. Well, not this one, but one just like it, actually. You can hold it like this, and I absolutely adore how it looks, like the black and the wooden surface, the wooden handle.
It's handcrafted.
It's handcrafted also, apparently. It's just a beautiful knife, and you can win a knife just like this by cooking one of the recipes we have featured in this stream. We actually uploaded a cookbook PDF on Google Drive, so you can download it. The link is in the description below, or should be in the description below. Mia, can you post the link on your laptop? Thank you. So the link will be posted in the chat shortly. And if you click on it, there will be a small cookbook PDF with all of the recipes we have featured, that we will feature in this stream, and also a few others we just wanted to throw in there. If you cook one of these and upload it on Instagram or Facebook and tag WWF Generation Earth, tag us, the channel, our Instagram channel, you will be thrown into the pot, and then we randomly choose one person to win this beautiful knife here. It is, I won it myself, actually. And that's the first prize. And as second and third prizes, we have, what's Gutschein? Vouchers. We have vouchers, 20 euro vouchers for the Swing Kitchen. The Swing Kitchen is a fast food restaurant here in Vienna. So if you're from Vienna, you might find this useful. It is a fast food chain that it's a vegan fast food chain. It's the first vegan fast food chain that I know of that actually has multiple restaurants here in Vienna, and it mainly specializes on burgers and wraps, basically.
Oh yeah, don't miss this out.
Don't miss it.
The burger is so good.
Even if you don't win one of those, if you're in Vienna, visit Swing Kitchen. Mm-hmm. It is amazing. It tastes amazing. You're done with the cleanup, I see.
Actually, yes, yeah. So I give the crown and the scepter to you.
Thank you. And the microphone.
And the microphone.
Cool. See ya. Okay, so now we would be ready for our next guests to move in, actually. Yeah, I think we'll need a few more minutes. Oh, I need an apron. I want an apron.
Yeah.
Apron. Apron, please. Dankeschön. Cool. Moving everything over here so we can start cooking. So, our next guests are from ZIRP, which is a small startup here in Vienna, which actually originates from the Boku, I think. And they are specialized in insects as food specifically. And they have a variety of different insects they grow. And they are going to show us how to cook with insects and also the products they developed specifically to make insects something that is normal in our society's diet, which is new and exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it.
One short thing. So you maybe will be three people.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I will give you the second microphone
Cool.
and take the level years.
Cool. Okay. My God.
Can you show it to the camera?
Take that. Wow. I don't know if you can see it from over there, but it has a really beautiful handle. As you might have guessed, I really like knives. Cool. You ready?
Yes.
Here you go. You can clip it here, just anywhere.
So,
Hi, so for the people out there, who are you and what do you do?
hi, my name is Peter Betzel. I work with ZIRP insects, I think now for already nearly 4 years, and I'm doing the product development. So I'm developing products from our insect bars. Also, these are our raw bars.
So some of those products here were developed by you?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Cool.
The burger and the raw bars are. Yeah, I started to developing said 3 years ago. Started with the bars.
With the bars.
And now since a year we are done with our burger. It's a really nice product because really high protein effects and they're really tasty.
They're tasty.
Yeah,
So,
that's
like-
our main focus that our products are healthy and tasty. Not just healthy or tasty, we try to do both.
Both, which is pretty important because insects, there's such a crazy stigma about insects and to eat insects in our society. I know that it's normal for some people in other regions maybe.
Yeah, of course.
But not here.
You have Asian regions. There's like standard food that you can buy on street markets.
Oh, really?
They have big crickets or different stuff that you
Okay.
don't even can imagine what they have. And also in countries like Africa or India, there's also a bright population of people that are eating insects.
Okay.
Because it's really nutritious. It's also for them sometimes cheaper than normal meat.
Yes.
But the main fact it's super nutritious and it's also much healthier for our body.
Much healthier. What do you mean by that?
Because it's not processed. It's an all natural product. You don't have the big farms where other animals live.
Like where everything is solved by antibiotics?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need antibiotics with insects, do you? Do you? No.
No, not
Not
really.
at all.
No.
Wow.
They're
Crazy.
Super healthy and clean.
Nice. So you developed products like these bars, which is basically a fruit bar with.
Yeah, the base is figs. Sorry, not figs. Dates.
Dates.
And then
With insect
some-
protein.
Yeah, and actually we don't use insect protein. We use actually worms, which are really fine grounded, and it's like a flour or like a powder, and that's we're combining with our bars.
So someone who doesn't know that there's insects in there would not tell the difference.
Probably not.
Can I try one?
Go for it.
Okay.
In the meantime, I will start a little bit something on the side.
Preparing something.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Could you
Because-
tell us what you're doing while you're doing it?
Yeah. But at first, I want to see how you
How
eat our bar.
how it tastes?
Yes.
That's nice. And it's really sweet. I mean, there's something in there that I don't know what it is.
That's probably the cacao nibs.
The cacao nibs.
Because
Oh, there's
the-
cacao nibs in
Yeah,
there.
and that's the sour cherry. There are little cacao nibs in it, and they have a really strong chocolatey flavor. And combined with the sour cherry, you get this slightly earthy,
Yeah, slightly
but
earthy.
really fruity and nutritious taste.
Cool. Very cool. I could not. How much protein is in there?
The exact amount.
It should say it back here.
Please look at the backside. I think we're around 20-25%.
That's 20% protein.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah, actually, and we want to push it more.
Push it even more. So this is basically a protein bar.
Yeah, we actually try to do something like a high protein bar, and that's actually those are high protein bars, but we want more.
You want more.
as well.
And there's 3 different flavors.
We have sour cherry, apricot,
This one?
and apple strudel.
Apfelstrudel.
Yeah,
Apfelstrudel.
and of course then we have
Austria.
some other products that we have. Mixes. 2 of them I will show today. One is for oats, little oat burgers. Yeah, oat balls. And the brownie mix, which we're gonna start with the brownie mix. As you can see, it's super easy.
This is like any other baking mix.
Exactly. Just open the package. Then we have some oil and a little bit of vinegar because there are no artificial things in it like baking soda or something like that.
There's no baking soda?
No.
So you need vinegar instead.
Yeah, because vinegar is the old baking soda, as you can say.
Okay. A whisk? Do we have a whisk? Oh, back there.
There. Yeah, just take our mix, combine it with water, a little bit oil and vinegar, and pop it in the oven for 25 minutes. It's done.
Then it's done.
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 You can eat it hot, raw, or cold.
Raw, yeah.
Raw, yeah, you
I
want.
like those.
In fact, you could also eat it raw if you want.
And just a question, these are all a lot of pre-made products. Can you also use insects in your everyday cooking?
Yeah, the easiest way, for example, is just to make a simple salad and put some of our dried insects on top. We have different kinds. Those are buffalo worms. These are
And crickets.
crickets. Yeah, small crickets. And they're super nutritious and also really tasty. If you want, give it a try. The tomato hash, one of my secret favorites.
Oh, I will. I just need to finish this. I'm not even done cooking and I'm already eating. Nice.
Yeah, that's the secret,
Do you also have, do you sell this powder too?
I'm sorry?
Do you sell the powder too, or just the...
No, we have also the plain insect powder we also have.
Like that would be nice for people, if they want to cook with insects,
Yeah.
that would be the way to go for anyone starting with it.
Yeah, exactly. You can buy our insect flour. The online shop is saying we have a picture. But we're also using the powder already in our dry mixes, and you actually can combine them with any normal recipe that you have in your own recipe. So like every cake, you actually can do gnocchi with it. You can make. There's a really, really huge variety of things that you can do with our flour, but it's not like a normal wheat flour.
Yeah, sure.
Just have super good.
So if you use ground insects in your baking or something, you just substitute a part of the normal flour
Yes.
with insect flour.
Yes. But then you have, it's just a little bit, for the first fries it's always a little bit tricky because you have to know the ratios. There's no standard ratio that we can say you have to put like 10% less flour than you can put our insect flour, because every regional flour works different, every oven works different, so it's always a little bit like you have to find out what you're doing. But that's also the fun with yeah, exactly, with the cooking with insects, because it's not on our normal sheet, and that always makes it so fun.
Oh, that's cooking. What do you need? Cool.
That's right.
No, nothing. No, sorry.
Here we have our brownie mix. Actually, it's already done.
It's done.
Yeah, it's
So you
just
just put everything together?
yeah, and now we put in our
Your pan.
yeah, because the other forms are way too big for our
That's perfect, actually.
yeah, and it's right for a small birthday cake or when you're like meal prepping, or products are
Really easy.
super nutritious and easy, so they stay also in the fridge for the brownie cakes in the fridge can stay like 3 to 4 days and still salty, still really nice.
Are you so proud of it because you made it?
Sorry?
Are you so proud of it because you made it?
Yeah.
So, are you cooking? No.
No.
Because that would be innovative.
You actually can do it when you put another hot pan on it and then flip it every 5 minutes.
Interesting. Okay. I did not think about that.
So, cool. Alright. Then we're gonna do our second mix. It's the oatmeal balls or vacuum, or as you can say.
With balls, yeah.
Because
So, while this is baking, let's do something not so sweet.
yeah, actually we're gonna do a 3-course menu today.
A 3-course meal.
Yeah,
Wow.
because the idea was to show that it can be done in like an hour to make a 3-course meal.
Yes, pretty.
And yeah.
So while you're cooking there, can I ask you a few questions?
Everything.
Okay. So, where do all the insects come from? Where are they grown? Where do you get them?
The majority of our insects or our worms are grown in the Netherlands with big big industrial farm actually. They're grown in how our insects are grown, because he's actually
You're the expert about it.
the expert about
Come
our.
on, let's go. Interview. Okay, so how are those insects grown? Where do they come from?
Hello, first of all.
Oh, sorry.
All good.
Introduce yourself first.
My name is Christoph. I'm the founder and CEO of ZIRP. And very happy to be here with you today.
Very happy to have you.
So all the insects you see here in our products, we have farmed for human consumption. We use insects from all over Europe.
So you don't just pick them from the...
No, of course not. That's the most important point, that insects are farmed, very hygienic and no one standards as food is developed. And yeah, we have partners from all over Europe, also in the Netherlands, for example. We are the biggest farms using insects for human consumption.
So are they specialized in insects or just regular farms?
No, of course, they are specialized insect farms to produce one of the most sustainable protein source for us people.
Mm-hmm. You say sustainable. Why sustainable? What makes it so sustainable, basically?
So the main point is that insects are very efficient, so they don't use that much feed, for example, compared to other foods we produce. They need less water, they don't produce CO2, and that's emissions like beef, for example, does.
They don't produce CO2?
No, not that much.
Not that much.
Combined to how meat is produced, for example. We can use side streams as just the feed we use for insects, so we can use, for example, bread, salt or vegetables from side streams.
So you can turn basically food waste into new food.
In the end, insects are a very big link and a game changer when we talk about circular economy.
So you think that insects are the protein of our future?
They are the protein of today, of now. We have eaten insects all over the time in the last decades. Insects are of course, best protein when we talk about natural source of protein. And so, yeah, that's the reason why we are using insects as the main protein source of our products, combined with vegetables and other things. We think from ZIRP that it's the best nutrition we can use.
So basically, your mission is to make insects a part of our everyday diet, like a normal part of our everyday diet. Can you tell us a bit about how your company started, where it came from? Yeah, the history.
So all starts 10 years before. There was the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization, and they were making a report saying to Europe we have to change our way to eat because eating that much meat every day is not good for our planet. So that is also one of the main reasons for us. We want to have impact and do something good for our planet. And like Peter told before, our products are very healthy, so they are good for us in the end as well. And that's the reason why we are here today and doing this for at least 10 years, bringing insects on the European plate.
Nice. Like little, for context, I have a cheat sheet here. Somewhere. Yes. Of course, I don't have the numbers for insects. It's a pity, but it was not in the scientific study. In comparison, beef uses 46 square meters of land per kilogram, and for example, are insects comparable with poultry?
Yes, of course.
Like from the standard here?
From the using of land.
Of land and resources? It's low.
of course, it's lower with insects. You can think of boxes like this, for example. And the big advantage in the insect farm that you can stable these boxes and use very less space to produce high quality animal protein. So you can't compare it in one-to-one to beef, for example, because we all know that you use that much landscape for beef. Over 70% of all landscape all over our planet is used for producing food. So we have to think about changing our daily nutrition, and there is where insect comes in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of that is used for beef. So for comparison, we don't have the specific numbers for insects, but beef uses 46 square meters of land for each kilogram of meat produced, and poultry, like chickens and turkeys and stuff, they use 5.8, so about 6. That is, if I get my math right, not even 10% of what beef uses. And insects, they live in little boxes and you can stack them up on top of each other, so they use even less land than poultry and chickens per kilogram of protein produced, which is awesome. That is crazy.
Efficient.
Yeah, efficient. And also, they use less resources as in feed.
Mm-hmm. You can say, for example, a kilogram of beef, you need about 16 kilograms of feed to produce 1 kilogram of beef protein, and we need, for example, 2 kilograms of feed to produce 1 kilogram of insect protein. And like I said before, most of the feed we use came from side streams, so they don't stand in any comparison to what we eat.
So insects are a real, well, one thing is clear: meat is in the quantity that we eat it now bad for our climate, bad for the planet. It emits loads of CO2. It uses up a lot of land, and of course, the best course of action would be to just substitute it with a plant-based diet. But also, insects are a real
Superfood.
superfood and a real alternative for that. Cool. Anything else you want to share?
No, I think the most important thing is that food has to taste good. And that's where Peter comes in. And we want to show you today how insects easily can be cooked, and we can prepare a 3-course menu in less than 1 hour, and everything tastes good. But let's see what Peter has done in the meantime.
Yeah, let's switch to that. Thank you. Thank you for answering all my questions.
I'm here if you have more.
Oh, of course. Cool.
I'm moving in a second.
Hi there.
So I just started to make the rice for our main course. Because we're doing an Asian, or actually, I'm going to tell you our whole menu.
Yeah, please do.
At first, we're going to make a little summerly fresh salad with some long beans and a herb salad and our oatmeal balls. After, we're going to make an Asian flavored rice bowl, and as a dessert, our brownie with some vanilla ice cream and eggs.
Nice.
Yeah, and in the meanwhile, I did some chopping here.
With that beautiful knife, I gotta say it again, it is. I'm jealous.
Yeah, that's the thing when you start cooking, you start also a little bit collecting knives. And so I have a little variety.
A small variety.
So, yeah, as I said, I'm gonna make now a little topping for our rice bowl, which is actually Chinese.
Wait, I gotta stop you there. How did you do that?
That's probably
few people know this technique from the social media.
Oh, it's a trend.
Yeah, it's a trend. You start it by cutting the cucumber first in a 90 degrees angle, but you don't have chopped all the way through. It's just like 2/3 of the way.
Okay.
And then you flip it over,
And you chop the other side.
and then you have a 45-degree angle.
Oh, and then it makes this
Exactly. Steak, wobbly.
cucumber steak.
Yes.
Whatever it is, it's amazing. Cool.
Just stir it a little bit.
You can tell me what to do.
It's all good.
I just need to talk.
Yeah. So we're here.
Sure.
A little sugar.
I can burn that.
Chili, some sesame seeds. And do you guys have some salt anywhere?
We have a lot of salt. Thank you so much, Mia. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So, like with any cucumber salad, the salt first.
That's a lot of salt.
Oh, it's just a pinch. About 1 tablespoon rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon sesame oil,
Sesame, I love this stuff. Sesame oil.
then about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce,
You can tell that he's a professional cook. He's not using spoons to measure it.
a little bit chili and some sesame seeds, and a little bit of brown sugar. I know that's quite a lot, but it starts dissolving in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Now we give it a little mix. Don't be too gentle because you actually have to squeeze the cucumbers a little bit to get the juices out.
That's a very interesting cucumber salad.
So actually it's done now.
So you just let it sit and rest for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna put a little bit of garlic.
Garlic,
in
yeah.
Here. Because I completely forgot about the garlic.
Okay, so did you see what you just did? If you need a lot of garlic all at once, just squeeze the top of it and they will all come off. And if you need to peel it, thank you, either give it a nice smack or just press it, and the peel will come off way easier than you're normally used to, I promise. And also, you squeeze out a lot of the sap, a lot of the juices, which makes it, I don't know, more. I'm not a pro chef.
No, the main thing is when you're not allowed to do it in advance. When you actually squeeze the garlic, you have to use it right away because it then starts to oxidate.
Oxidate, yeah.
Yeah, and it starts to get bitter. And that's the main reason why when you do it like that, use it right away. If not, then you have to do the old school peel thingy with a knife.
I saw a life hack on Instagram. You can put all of the garlic cloves in a box and then just shake.
Yeah, but that sadly just works with not too fresh garlic. It's not too bad, but if you have a really fresh one in front of you, you're gonna shake there like 10 minutes and nothing will happen.
So you have a lot of experience with peeling garlic.
Yes. A lot of garlic in my life.
Which just makes it better, honestly.
So, this one is done. Then we're gonna start with our second setting, actually.
So what we did for the cucumber salad is you cut it into snakes. If you don't want to cut it into snakes, you can cut it normally as well.
Yeah, you can cut it in normal slices. You can dice it in
in cubes or whatever shape you like.
Yeah.
We actually also can grate it on the grater like for a tzatziki, but then you're probably gonna need a little bit less marinade because you have a bigger surface where the marinade can go in.
Did you put any water in there?
No, that's just the water from the cucumber.
Wait, can I show you this? There's like the whole base of the bowl is full of marinade, and that's just the water from the cucumbers. So that's what happens when you put salt and sugar onto cucumbers. They pull out all the water.
So, now we're gonna make a quick marinade based on some lemon juice, olive oil,
Always.
so just a little bit less. So, just a tiny splash of soy sauce.
You also put soy sauce in there.
Yeah, it's actually all Asian flavored dishes, so two first ones, because they're, especially in summer, it's not too rich, it's very light. So, and it also goes with the starter, and the main component, the green beans, gonna switch the flavor from the marinade by they're slightly bitter, and also just still have some radishes. Gonna take some of these leaves.
Of the leaves.
Yeah. Wash them.
That's actually what you would throw that away.
No, you don't have to
So
throw
you
it away.
can use it for a salad.
Yeah, just gonna chop them super fine,
Wash it, chop it up.
and then put it in the marinade. They have a slightly bitter, but also this reddish flavor.
It tastes like radishes, but also not.
Yeah, it tastes like a radish salad.
Yeah.
So it works excellent with our starter. Yeah. And we're
Can I help you at all?
no, actually start prepping now our first course. And
Are they still frozen? Is that the problem?
Yeah.
Because we have fresh ones over there.
yeah, but the fresh ones have to blanch now, and
Okay.
but, that's the cool thing about the salad. You actually can use frozen peas without any problem, and there is no shame to using frozen peas actually, because fresh peas are super nice, but you don't get them always.
Yeah.
So that was the main reason why I thought to show you guys the salad with the frozen peas.
Also, they're kind of wobbly. They're not so. Well, the freezing and blanching, it softens them up. Does it?
No, it always depends how you defrost the stuff, and of course it's not exactly like a super fresh string bean, but we still have that light, slightly bitter flavor and also the crunch. So we're gonna pop them in now in a pan or in a pot, whatever you have. Just
A little bit of oil.
just really little bit. Then we have our strings. It's gonna take like 30 seconds.
Just to warm them up.
Yeah, actually just to warm them up and also to warm up our marinade. Because a marinade doesn't have to be always cold. And we can also put it on.
So, can also warm up.
So warm it up, and there are, then you get some extra flavors. Because when you heat up soy sauce in combination with sesame oil, there's simply the base of the paste will go up a little bit, just because of heat. So, these are done now.
Do you need a plate or anything?
I have already one here.
Always prepare. I don't know.
So here's our plate,
Hey.
and here's our salad. And now I just need a pan that works on the stove.
There's multiple ones over there.
Sorry?
Left?
Die funktionieren nicht.
Oh.
have our Haferleibchen.
That's the old mix.
Yes.
What did you put in there?
Just 250 milliliters of boiling water, stir it, and wait for 10 to 15 minutes.
Just let it sit.
And let it sit, and you get a little bit sticky mix. But just need some wet hands.
Try.
Yeah, give it a try.
It looks a bit like oatmeal.
But the idea comes from oatmeal, so there's nothing wrong to say that.
It tastes really nice. That's the potatoes in it, right? Not potatoes, tomatoes.
No, that's carrots, leek, some crispy onions, and a spice mix.
A spice mix. But it tastes really good.
So, as you can see, it goes really fast to make these little patties out of it. Our pan will be ready in a few seconds.
You're multitasking. Like making 3 different meals all at the same time.
Yeah, but that used to be my job, to do even much more at once. But we're also doing our cooking classes, where I also have to speak with like 10 people at the same time. And also have to have a look what they're doing. So yeah.
You're used to multitasking.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so you heated up the pan to
With some oil.
fry the
Exactly. Now we're just
old
frying them
thing.
up until they're nice golden and crunchy. Because there's nothing in it which is too much pro. Somebody lost his fluff.
Oh no, my fluff! My fluff!
As it's already said, that it's like an oatmeal, so in fact you actually could eat it raw. And that's the reason why we don't have to bake them too long.
So just to get a crunch.
Just to get a really nice crunch outside, and in the inside we still want this little gooey, soft texture.
Okay.
Because if you bake it too long, they will get a little bit dry.
Hard and dry. Okay, so we have this cucumber snake salad, then the mixed herbs and salad, and there's even a flower in there. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Cute.
a proper white
Nice.
salad.
And then the green beans, the fried green beans, and the oatmeal balls you're doing back there.
Yes. And after the oatmeal, I'm going to show you the main topping for our rice bowl, which is like, I used to call it the Asian bolognese, which is made of our insect patties. You actually can make a classic burger out of it, or you can substitute like minced meat. So we're trying to show that it's not just one product, you also can do a huge variety out of it. And yeah.
Cool. So now we wait for them to fry golden.
I think they're going to be done in like 2 seconds.
How's the brownie holding up, by the way?
3 minutes when I can believe the clock.
I hope so.
No, that's also a nice thing. Even if the brownies, like for 2 minutes less in the oven, it still gets fudgier. So
Fudgy brownie
can win.
Fudgy brownie is the best. So this stuff here, that's just the patties, the burger patties that he
I just
grated them
Yeah.
with a standard vegetable grater.
Standard. If you want, you can try it with one. It's super easy. You just have to put it actually through because it's when they're defrosted, they become pretty soft. And so
Can I try some of those?
yeah, you can try it. A spoon.
What spices are in there?
Oh, that's our secret
Oh,
spice
sorry.
mix. No, they're
No telling.
no. The flavors are coming actually from classic stuff like roasted paprika, salt, pepper, and nothing super exciting actually. But we found a nice balance, and also one of the base notes that you taste is actually the worm.
Warm.
Yeah. When you
Worms are one of the best flavors in there. That's
yeah,
interesting.
the earthy and slightly nutty flavor that you have in there, that's just the worm.
Nice.
And here we have now our string beans.
You're already decorating it. Wow, you're fast.
Gonna play it now a little bit family style.
Uh-huh.
And here we're gonna put the salad in.
So you're using the juices from the pan, from the pot you
Exactly.
you fried the beans in.
Yes, because that simply works, and why should I make now a second marinade?
Yeah, of course not. Why
Because
would you make a second one?
everything simply goes nice together.
Mm-hmm. That already looks amazing. Damn. And could you also, to make it a little bit easier, could you also just put the cucumbers in with the rest of the salad?
Yeah, but the cucumbers are for our next recipe.
Oh, they're not. Oh.
That's not actually a complete
This is
dish.
not?
Yeah.
We need a picture of it. A beautiful picture.
And then please dig in.
Oh, I will, trust me. Thank you. I really need to make a picture of this. Nice. With the little flowers.
Here we have our brownie.
Brownie's done.
Gonna make a step test.
Stop this. What are you looking for then?
When you
Stop.
that's nothing I would recommend for people which are not really safe with this method. It's more easy when you are using a toothpick, a wooden toothpick. Just put it in it, and when you take it out, there's still a little bit of the cake on it. Then it's not done.
Okay,
But you
so
also can do it with a knife, but then you have to know how it's gonna feel. So that's the reason why I always say you can do it with a knife, but that's a little bit tricky because if you have a proper sharp knife, it'll never probably gonna stick anything to it.
okay. So use a toothpick then. In the meantime,
In the meantime,
I will try this. Finally. So,
just just a safe place where nobody can burn on the hand or something.
nobody can steal it. That's more important.
So in the meantime, we're gonna start here with.
No crunchy but soft on the inside. Nice. And you also have a nice mix of. This is very protein rich actually. Like you have the green beans and the oatmeal balls, whatever they call them in English.
I think patties is the.
Patties.
Yeah.
Patties. Nice. Ooh, it's really good. What are you doing? Telling.
prep some onions for the Asian bolognese topping, which I mentioned.
Asian bolognese.
Yeah, it's more or an Asian ragu, you could call it, but the people always simply understand me a little bit faster when I tell them it's an Asian bolognese. Yeah, gonna chop up an onion.
It tastes amazing. Don't know what to say. Other than it's really good. It's also you have protein in there, you have fat in there. This is a whole meal.
Yeah. And that's always the ideas behind our product. So you actually can take one of it and you have a full meal. You don't have to make like five sides or something, or make a super huge meal prep, because as you saw, it takes like 15 minutes.
Mm.
The longest part is to soak up the oat.
Which takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will bring this to people back there because they are looking at me with jealousy. Here you go. Eat. Okay. You're already way ahead of me again.
But I'm just at some garlic.
So you chop the onions and then you're chopping up some garlic.
Yeah.
And actually I will clean this up a bit. You don't need that anymore, do you?
No, thank you very much. It's gonna take a few seconds. There's also
A
one.
few seconds. Other people take minutes chopping up.
So,
With that beautiful knife.
so gonna heat up the pan. This is not gonna be proper hot because we need a lot of temperature. Gonna grate our last
Oh wait, I want
zipper.
to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's already pretty soft.
Mhm.
Just take it apart, and you have to press it through. I also recommend to do it in a frozen.
So you actually grate it and not just press it through.
Yeah, exactly. But it also works when it's defrosted, and it's for some people maybe comfortable because it's. I understand when you say you don't want to grate something which is frosted because it's slippery.
Yeah. It has a weird texture, raw, but it's not that bad. So maybe frozen would be the way to go.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, this works really well.
Yeah, at first it sounds weird to do it like that, but it simply works.
Can you also just attack it with a fork or something? Until it's
Yeah, it's, you could make it also with a fork, but then it will a little bit bigger.
So it's just a big wet lump.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the reason why when I do it like that, I grate it
Mm-hmm.
or push it through the grater.
Yes. That is my knife actually. It's not as fancy as yours, but it works. Cool. So grate it. What are you doing?
I'm just putting the sauce, which is on the bottom, and the top.
Oh, you're using physics. Wow.
I'm a lazy boy.
Lazy.
So, as you can see, our pan is now burning hot. Wait a second.
Oh, the onions, right?
First, the onions.
I brought the onions. Oh, wait,
Perfect. So, thank you.
Okay.
We're just simply roasting the onions.
Roasting onions and garlic, and then adding the ground eggs.
Exactly. And then we have your three main courses.
Which is mirin. Mirin is like an Asian kind of rice.
It's
Wine.
cooking oil.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Most people know it from sushi making. When you're flavoring the rice, you also put some mirin in it.
Okay.
Mostly one part mirin, one part sugar, vinegar, and one part oil.
And then we have black bean sauce, which is something I've never tried.
Oh, don't try it in its pure form.
Okay.
It's sweet, but super bitter, and it's a fermented black bean sauce.
So only cooked.
Yeah,
It tastes good cooked.
yeah, definitely. You also can use it for dipping when you have like dumplings, but that's not my go-to flavor, the first one.
Okay. Then we have sesame oil
Yeah.
and the spice mix.
Shichimi-torashi.
Shichimi torashi.
Yeah, which is a Japanese spice mix.
Can you use something else to substitute for that? Because I don't think everyone has this at home.
Yeah, of course you can just use some cayenne pepper and sesame seeds.
Okay.
And a little bit of salt. But I like to use that one because you don't need that much of it. As you can see, it's not really full anymore, but that's coming up for everything on Tuesday. It has a really strong flavor, and what the nice thing is, it's not common flavor for us because it has also some citrus acid in it, and it's really going well with heavy dishes like that bolognese.
And it's spicy.
Yeah. That was with some cayenne pepper, because cayenne pepper is nearest to Asian chili flakes from the fruity spices. So, as you can see, the fruit actually looks like more ground beef.
Let me show it to the camera. This looks like ground beef. Wow.
And now, we're going to put our sauces. Which is a little bit more sesame oil. And we're giving like, we're gonna put a scoop on 2 scoops of rice or 3 scoops of rice. So
And also, one thing people forget, vegetable oils are actually pretty nutritious and they're also good for your body.
yeah,
You need oil. You need, especially vegetable oil, because they have how do you say that in unsatisfied fat? Unsaturated fats. Oh, unsaturated fat.
but unsatisfied fats are also nice.
That's one way to say it. No, but they have unsaturated fats. And for example, butter is a saturated fat. It's so you should eat more vegetable oil and less butter and less meat fat. Basically, less animal fats and more vegetable fats.
So now we put all our liquids in it.
So the black bean sauce, the mirin, and the
sesame.
sesame oil.
And now we have to do
Professional.
And now I'm going to need a splash of water.
So you're a professional cook then?
Yeah, I worked in the kitchen for 15 years. And then,
Before you switched over to ZIRP.
my last, in fact, my last stage where I worked was a really big steakhouse in Vienna.
Fancy steakhouse.
Yeah, where I processed in 1 week like 800 to 1,000 kilos of meat.
So now you got converted from beef to insects.
Yeah,
How did that work?
but it worked. I was always really passionate about cooking, and it's also really interesting to have a new protein source, except of the ones we already know for the years.
So how much spices are you putting in there?
It's around 1 tablespoon, proper tablespoon, but I always put it then back on the table when the people are eating, because some friends of mine are simply addicted to that stuff, and they're using up like the half package.
Okay. We have more of it, actually.
But yeah, as I said, you don't need that much because it really gets spicy after 5 to 10 minutes when you're cooking it. And yeah, in like 5 minutes we're done and can make our rice bowl.
By the way, that's pretty. That's good. That's awesome. Are you thirsty?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I am. Is this fine? One of those? I guess. Thank you.
So those are some nori sheets. Sheets, not shits.
Hopefully not.
Which are
You're just cutting them off. For garnish or for what?
yes, exactly. It's not just garnish; it also bring a little bit fishy and
Salty flavor.
salty, and also a iodic. Yeah, that's a hard word.
Yod in English? Yod in English? Iod? Iod? I don't know.
They simply get a richer flavor.
A richer flavor.
An umami bomb.
Yes!
Because everybody is using the word umami, so at least once we have to use it also.
And that's full of umami, actually.
Yeah, that's the sauce we're making is really umami bomb because it has everything on it. You're gonna taste it in a few seconds because at the end most people splash with vinegar, but that's the secret.
That's a secret.
It's not in the recipe.
It's a secret then. Cool. So only the people who watch now know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where did I put it? God.
I didn't move anything. I'm innocent. What for? What are you doing? In this pot thingy? It does, I agree. It really looks nice. Wait, so you're done, wait a second. You're done cooking, basically.
Yeah, I'm actually done cooking. As we said, in an hour.
Crazy.
Gonna chop up some spring onions. I never use the tips because they're
They're
already
dry.
dry.
Yeah.
The rest is nice.
Finally.
Right here. So, this part.
Yeah. Hey. Wow. A little bit of vinegar. And some
Lemon juice.
lemon juice.
Just give it a little fresh touch.
Can smell it.
It's smelling streets.
Yes, we need smelling streams. We need 5D, 60, something. Okay. Nice. you prepared beforehand? Like you put it on
Yeah, that's
way ahead.
That's nothing too special. It's jasmine rice, which
My name is Jasmine.
Oh. In fact, my girlfriend also is called Jasmine.
Oh wow.
So yeah, some rice.
Nice.
Gonna make now a little bit bigger portion.
We have a lot of hungry people back there. So
Can make in a second. I'm gonna make a second one right now.
yes.
Just get a second pot.
Cool. Awesome. That's it. So integrating insects in your diet is actually way easier than you think, apparently. Cool.
Once I found the only pot of slots in the bottom.
Okay.
So,
Second pot of rice. So plate. Just wait. And then just put some of the meat sauce or
exactly.
mayonnaise kind of onto it.
And if you want, you also could now put some little bit of QP mayo or some vegan mayo on top to give it a little bit deeper texture.
An even deeper texture.
Yeah, because when you have it now, it's more like rice and small corns, and when you have the mayo with it, it gets a little creamier.
Oh, cool. And now to the cooked cucumbers, which have been sitting in their own juices for a while. And it's crazy, that's all cucumber juice. There's no water. Like, we didn't put any water in it.
And here we're going to take now.
Cucumber steak.
Yeah, just put them right in it. Because now the marinade also goes a little bit in the rice.
Nice.
It will round it up really nice.
And it also looks really tasty. It's not like, well, there's some kind of foods that just don't look very tasty, but are. But this looks tasty and is probably also really tasty. I haven't tasted it yet. Spring onions and then some nori.
And now just really just for the look,
Sesame.
a little bit of sesame. And it's done actually.
Okay, more time. Wow. Can I open that up a little bit? So you're done?
No, we still have our brownie.
Yeah, but I can eat this.
Yeah, go for it. It's done.
Yes. So let's dig in, I guess. It's hot. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. This is
Take
amazing.
the one pot already.
Mm-hmm. Not mine. This is amazing. The nori algae stuff really fits in there too. And the cucumber. Okay, that's the only not so cool part, the cucumber doesn't want to come off. Overkill, but it works. Sorry.
Nothing happened. So, here we have our cake. Here we have it.
I'm in love. This is amazing. Just the meat, like the sauce and the insect patty. It's a bit much if you just eat this, but with the rest it's perfect.
Awesome. Do you guys maybe have a spoon?
A spoon? No spoons. Where are the spoons? Guys, did you steal the spoons?
No, we didn't. I don't think we have any. Oh, okay. They are wooden spoons. No, I wouldn't need them.
How do we not have any spoons?
Hinter dem Ding ganz links.
There?
Ja, im dritten. Und da hinten lag es ganz versteckt.
Oh, we have so many spoons.
No, I didn't.
Oh, of course. Oh, for the ice cream.
Yes.
Ah. Posing and eating, and it's perfect. And I didn't even cook anything. And this is
our brownie, berries, and some ice cream.
So basically protein brownie. And just a lot of protein. They should work out in the stream. Yeah, need a little spoon this time. Well, and first photo. Photo time. I cannot get this. Beautiful orange berries. Then Martha for the third time. Wow. Okay. It's a normal brownie with more protein.
And also got this little nutty flavor with it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's really good. Actually, if I didn't know that there were insects in it, I would not have guessed. You don't know it.
Yeah, that was the evil plan behind it.
The mastermind behind. And a little berry.
That's really beautiful. Because we don't want to make it a too healthy taste, if you know what I mean. because there's often when you do stuff like with different flours, with pinky wheat or something, you often get this flat taste.
It doesn't taste as good.
Yeah, that was our main focus. Aside that we wanted to make some proper food which is healthy and nutritious,
And also
that it really tastes good. And for the brownie and all falafel mix, the people are going crazy and we're serving it.
Oh, amazing. I get what they're going to do. Yeah.
So then our mission was successful.
You're done.
Yeah,
You're
done. A little bit more than an hour.
cool. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Always welcome.
Nice. Back to cleaning up up the kitchen.
Oh, that's gonna be pretty fun.
And I will just bring this food back to the others to eat. Here you go. Always eating. Okay. So while we are cleaning up the kitchen, our program says that we have a little break now, and I think we also need a little break to finally get the technical situation under control. Unfortunately, the stream was a bit laggy. We deeply apologize for that. That was not planned, and it worked well before. So how long is the break? 25 minutes, okay. So we'll see you guys again in 25 minutes. And on the stream or on the original one?
There will be the link posted in the comments for the original.
Okay, we will post the link in the comments. Hopefully we can use the original streaming link we generated, the one you probably all used and found that it didn't work. We deeply apologize for that. So see you in 25 minutes. You can stay tuned, you can just leave it open, just let it sit there, and when you come back, go on a little break, go on a walk, get something to drink, you too, stay hydrated. Yeah, we'll be back.